whomever had the balls to buy Uber when it fell to $15, you have some special cojones. Hey everybody, Steve here from 11ish, and today we're going to talk about Uber. We're all curious about whether Uber is a good investment right now or not, right? Even their CEO says that they can survive this crisis, but is that good enough? As an entrepreneur and an investor in the tech industry, I like to share some of my perspective around this so that you can be more informed and figure out how you want to trade Uber for the next 3 to 6 months. If this is the content you've been looking for, please hit the like button and let's get started. Hit the like button. Do you hit the like button? Okay. Do you hit the like button? Okay, let's get started. We all know Uber has incredible market fit. All around the world, it has incredible market fit. You can go to practically Eastern Europe and people know what Uber is. Everyone uses Uber. It's cheap, it's convenient, the app is well built, the people driving Uber is vetted and friendly. I mean, it's perfect. But in a time like this, it's best for us to re-examine what is the problem that Uber is trying to solve and whether their solution still makes sense during this global catastrophe. Are they a sitting duck waiting for all of this to finish so that they can resume their business? Or are they still making money, innovating, being productive, generating value? These are the questions that we want to answer in this video. So what is the problem Uber is trying to solve? Most of us know Uber as a people transport company. But if you actually go to their products page, you'll notice that they're more of a logistics transport company. At least now they are. You know, they're transferring not just people from point A to B, they're also transferring food. They're transporting freight products, they're transporting medicine. They want to transport everything. And that makes sense, right? Because they have the technology, the foundation for all of this. The optimization is already there. And they're just leveraging that same technology for a bunch of other things. At the same time, they're also innovating into new fields like autonomous driving. All of this is the reason why I used to invest in Google before this. All of this is the reason why I used to invest in Uber before this crisis happened. But the fact is, if you look at their product offerings, I can't imagine any of their business verticals other than Uber Eats benefiting from this crisis. Most of their verticals are probably operating at 30% or less because of, the fear of people who want to use their product. The global lockdown that is preventing their products from being effective or even exist in the marketplace. Not to mention the fact that technology managers and developers, they're not cheap people. And so they're burning cash like crazy at the same time. They might be saving money by not subsidizing all of the rights they've been doing, but that also prevents them from following their original Amazon strategy, having that explosive growth at the cost of losing money. Now they can't even do that. They're just burning money left and right. I think a good reality check of what's just happened is seeing what just happened to Lyft, right? It's basically the same business except Lyft focuses primarily in the United States. And you can see that they don't have a Uber Eats equivalent. And now they've just announced that they're going to start one because that's where the money is. For everything else, it's pretty close to a one-to-one match with Uber's core product offerings. And you can see that they just fired 17 or 18% of their employees, right? I can only imagine that what Uber has, at least their core team, probably 17% of them is currently dead weight. They're just burning money. They're probably still working and innovating on projects, but without making money, come on, that's for sure going to be a challenge coming up. I think the saving grace is the fact that they have Uber Eats. That being said, another challenge is that, as I said, Lyft is getting into the food delivery business. You have two very, very established players in the food delivery business where their primary business is food delivery, right? And that's Grubhub and Postmates. They own between 40 to 60% of the market combined. And now you have Uber and Lyft and many others actually all trying to compete in the same space. This is becoming a very, very saturated market, and I would have thought that Uber had a serious chance if they would have been able to leverage their existing infrastructure, their existing logistics, their existing drivers, all of those great things, right? But because those parts are effectively, partially if not mostly shut down, I can't imagine how they can win in this situation, competing against these companies whose core focus is around food delivery. All in all, for those two primary reasons, I will not buy Uber for the next 3 to 6 months. In fact, I might not even buy Uber for a year, because even if the existing crisis ends and the lockdown is removed, there's still going to be fear about ride sharing. You don't know if this whole thing is going to come back, this whole catastrophe is going to come back, right? Because viruses, historically speaking, they have came back before, and so that's problematic as well. Those points combined, that's a crisis for a company like Uber or Lyft. There are much more interesting companies around remote office productivity or around, gaming. Those type of companies I would definitely invest in. This kind of logistics companies, I would highly recommend that you stay away from it until there are more interesting news that comes along. I think the interesting that might come out of all of this is that there's going to be consolidation for all of these players, right? I don't think there's enough room for all of them. Once they've consolidated, this industry is going to be a lot more interesting. It might also create some monopolies, but if they're good about it, Trump cares more about business and business success than monopolies. So then there might be an investment opportunity. All right, guys, I hope this video was helpful. Hope it gave you some insights for what you were looking for. If you have any questions or concerns or disagreements, please leave a comment so we can start a dialogue. If you're looking for more content like this, please hit the subscribe button, and I look forward to working with you next time. Thanks for listening. Thank you.